Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating story of innovation. It's about a simple idea, one that was born decades ago that might just be the future of keeping our kids safe.
I mean, it's a huge challenge, right? But what if the answer comes from an idea that's been waiting in the wings for over 40 years? Okay, let's trace its remarkable journey.
So first, we'll follow the incredible journey of this idea. Then, we'll see how a global crisis brought it roaring back to life. After that, we'll break down exactly how it works, and finally, explore its brand new mission for child safety.
All right, so our story doesn't start today. We have to go way back, all the way to 1979, with a pretty clever new metric that was designed to make things a whole lot more efficient.
It's a way of looking beyond just, a simple head count. So instead of just asking how many kids are here right now, the contact hour metric gives you the entire shape of the day. It measures how crowded a space gets and for how long.
So here's the thing. It was this brilliant concept, and it was perfectly timed for a new set of federal regulations. But then, just a year later, those regulations were suddenly pulled back. And just like that, the contact hour metric was essentially put in a file cabinet and forgotten. The timing was just all wrong.
And that's pretty much where it stayed. Can you believe it? It took 4 long decades and an unprecedented global crisis for this sleeping idea to finally get a second chance.
And that brings us to 2020. You see, the pandemic created the exact problem the contact hour was designed to solve. How in the world do you monitor safety and risk when you physically can't be there in person?
All of a sudden, a way to measure potential exposure risk without doing physical inspections wasn't just about efficiency anymore. No, it was absolutely essential for public health. This old idea had found its new purpose.
So a pilot study in Washington State put the theory to the test. And get this, researchers just called up 88 providers and asked a few simple questions. And the results? They were crystal clear. They could effectively estimate the potential for virus exposure, all done remotely, proving the 40-year-old concept was right all along. It worked.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work? It's not some crazy, complex algorithm. In fact, you might be surprised by just how simple and kind of elegant it really is.
The entire calculation, the whole thing, it boils down to just 6 simple questions about the daily schedule. We're not talking about complex observations or anything like that. It's just straightforward info any director would know right off the top of their head.
And here's the really clever part. The data creates a visual shape of the day. It often looks like a trapezoid. You can literally see the morning ramp up, the flat peak when everyone's there, and then the wind down in the afternoon. A tall, wide shape means a long, crowded day, while a short, narrow one, well, that signals a much lower density.
And the impact is just staggering. Look at this. For the exact same group of 15 children, a low staffing ratio gives you a high-risk score of 120. But just by adding 2 more staff members, that score plummets all the way down to 40. It's the same kids, same hours, but a dramatically different risk profile.
So this metric totally proved itself during the pandemic, but its journey isn't over. Not by a long shot. Now its supporters are suggesting an even broader and frankly more crucial mission.
The same logic that worked for a virus could apply to everyday risks. The thinking is, if higher density and longer contact are linked to one thing, they could be linked to others, right? I'm talking about everything from scraped knees and falls to the spread of the common cold.
And this is the crucial point. It's a shift from a static snapshot to a dynamic story. You see, old metrics like staff-to-child ratios, they just count heads at one specific moment. But contact hours, that tells the story of the entire day, revealing these patterns of density and potential risk over time.
So why does all this matter? Well, because it allows regulators to use their limited resources way more intelligently. It's a tool for predicting risk before things happen, offering a much smarter way to create and maintain safer environments for kids.
I think the key takeaway here is just how a simple, elegant idea can be rediscovered and completely repurposed. It really proves that innovation isn't always about creating something brand new. Sometimes it's just about finding the right moment for a great idea from the past.
It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What other brilliant solutions might be sitting on a shelf somewhere just waiting for their time to come. Thanks so much for joining us.